So we're going to use ASU's bokken kata number 1 and 2 as a medium. So I'm not really super concerned that you guys know it. Michael, you know it. I've had to do it. I don't know if you have Kathy or Kay. You should have Kay from Boulder, but you might not remember. So we're going to go through it real quick, and I don't care about the hand positions or the feet or anything. It's just a medium. So number 1, start back. They're coming for your head. You cut, go in. They go underneath to go yokeman. You step back, block. They go underneath to do yokeman again. You step back, and it's done. So let's do that a few more times, right? So it's back. They're coming to cut you. You cut it. You push in. They go for your neck. Step back. They go for your neck on the other side. Step back. It's done.
You don't block for the other side?
No. I mean,
Okay.
you block.
Oh, you're stepping back.
Right.
Yeah.
And your blade turns a little to block. But like I said, the nuances of it right now aren't what's important to me.
Okay.
So forward, back, back, done. You guys know me. I'm not really a big kata person, so like I said, the nuances. It's not what I'm going to be focusing on. So you guys got that?
Yep.
So in a seminar a little earlier, an instructor was talking about, what I think he was talking about was taking out the starts and stops with every movement. He explained it as turning a 1-2, right? So 1-2 into 1-2-3-4.
Oh,
Without the stops, right? So 1-2, 1-2-3-4. We're going to work on that kind of an idea on how to change from doing a start and a stop into something that is more fluid and able to change when we need to change it. So to start, I have a nice little nifty program that will just have us go through. It's going to say ready, which is back, cut, retreat, retreat. And we'll just get used to a rhythm with it. And we'll be doing the 1-2 to start. And we're not going to do it for super long because it's not going to be that interesting. But here we go.
Ready.
Right.
Cut. Retreat. Retreat.
Again.
Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat.
And this can be 1-2 for everything, basically. Right?
Ready. Cut.
1-2,
Retreat.
1-2,
Retreat.
1-2. Everything has a nice, really static beginning and end.
Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat. Done.
So, like I said, that one's really short because it's not that interesting to me. Reduce the delay between them. Oh, I should real quick show what the settings for that were. Boom. They were that. They are now going, I'm going to reduce that delay between them because it doesn't matter that much right now. It'll make more sense in a minute or two. So now the settings are going to be this. And I'll share that program after. So now when we do it this time, try and add a few more steps in between each thing, right? So instead of the cut coming up, going down, there are now a whole bunch of movements in between. Basically, every minute change you make is another movement. So it's almost infinite, the number that you do. Instead of very robotic or fluid. It's different than it being one. One is kind of, right, everything just happens fast and together. I am more concerned with there being a bunch of steps in between, so it's very fluid. Even if you do that fast, it looks a little different. And it's different than the 1, 2. Fluid. So we're going to try and do that for every step we do. And we're going to
Going
go
from digital to analog.
kind of. Being a digital person, I disagree with that, but all right. So we're only going to do it for a couple minutes.
Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat.
And even on the retreats, it's multiple things.
Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat.
So ideally, you're never not moving.
Okay.
Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat. Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat. Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat. Ready.
And even on the ready,
Cut.
there's movement.
Retreat. Retreat.
It's a bunch of small movement, but there's movement.
Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat.
And there's a nice pattern to it, so you know about how much time you have.
Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat. Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat. Done.
So you guys able to make it a little more fluid?
A little more. There was some hiccups in there sometimes, but yeah.
So now we add a little challenge to it. So randomly during this, you know,
We have to swim.
yes,
What?
so these are the settings I'm using. What's going to happen randomly during this is it's gonna every so often tell us right, left, or back. So if it says ready, cut, right, now figure out anything to the right, block, cut, step, cut, but change, like change the pattern. And that way, I can't just be ready for the fact that I'm going to go and step back now. That's the whole point of having the fluidity and all the different motion between it, is so that basically at any point in it, I can change what I need to do. This is still going to follow a beat. If I'd had more time, I would have made the time that it goes right, left, or back more random, but I didn't get to that and didn't think about it until like 5 minutes before the class. So
Good.
Lacquer.
so we'll do this one a little bit longer because hopefully it's going to be interesting.
There's not like two rights in here, right? Because I'll be in my bookshelf.
So it's going to go, once it does a random,
Yeah.
like any random, I should actually give it a little bit more delay between. So this is actually going to look like that for the settings, for the people watching the video. So once it does a random, it stops the pattern. Right? It's not ready, cut, right, block, or retreat. It's just ready, cut, right, and now you do something. And ideally, change it up every time. Don't just keep doing the same thing.
Right.
It's to get some kind of additional motion so we don't have to stop at any of these, basically. Ready?
Great.
All right.
Right.
Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat. Ready. Back. Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat. Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat.
One of random.
Ready. Cut. Retreat. Back. Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat.
So don't let it roll you into just doing a pattern.
Ready. Cut. Retreat. Right. Ready. Cut. Retreat. Retreat. Ready. Left. Ready. Back. Ready. Cut. Back. Ready. Back. Back. Back.
Did I go back the other way?
Back.
So there's not always a ready either.
Ready. ready, right, ready, cut, retreat, retreat, done,
So how do people do with that?
Is
Very
it-
clumsy.
I mean, like I said, if I had had a little bit more time, it would have broken up the pattern with the right, left, and back. So it wouldn't have been on the second, or I think it's every 2 seconds now for each part.
That's interesting.
But that way you could be in the middle of cut and you think you have 2 seconds and it says right, and you need to change.
I like it because it makes you more aware and prepared of what you're gonna have to do and not trying to premeditate your cuts.
I
With
was,
the timing of it being like a metronome, though, I still find myself with a tendency to chunk it. You know,
Yeah.
there's a transition point coming up. I know about how long 2 seconds is, so I'm still blocky in that sense. But if I can just transition through that moment and just, like you said, constantly be moving, then I find that it's easier to take it to a different direction, as opposed to stopping and waiting to be told something. The brain has to process which direction and then start it up again. Kind of nice to have a little bit of inertia to just wherever it needs to go.
Well, let's try it a little faster, see if it gets rid of some of those breaks, right?
Right?
why not?
So we're gonna reduce that guy, and we're gonna reduce that guy.
Now we're gonna be chopping our computer screens.
It'll look like that. All right. You guys ready?
Great.
Sure.
Yeah, 3 seconds.
ready, cut, back, right, ready, left, ready, cut, back, ready, right, back, ready, cut, retreat, retreat, ready, cut, retreat, retreat, ready, cut, retreat, retreat, ready, cut, retreat, retreat,
Random?
ready, cut, left, ready, cut, retreat, retreat, left, back, ready, cut, retreat, retreat, ready, cut, retreat, retreat, left, ready, cut, right, back, right, ready, cut, retreat, retreat, ready, cut, retreat, back, ready, cut, retreat, retreat, ready, right, left, ready, cut, retreat, retreat, ready, cut, retreat, retreat, ready, cut, retreat, back, ready, cut, retreat, retreat, ready, cut, retreat, retreat, ready, left, done.
So how was that?
More fun.
Yeah, that was more fun.
Are you still finding yourself in a pattern, Michael?
That one was a little bit trickier because I don't have time to think that much,
Yep.
or I'm a little bit behind it if I'm thinking. So no, not much of a pattern on that one. I still feel like I'm in a weird game of Simon or something, trying to repeat the pattern or stay on top of it.
Ideally stay on top of it instead of repeat it, but, right. So right when it says it, as quickly as you can, you do what it says. And again, it's, if we were doing this, we're gonna do this more, I would have it sometimes in the middle of the pattern, change what you're supposed to do.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second.
Correct.
That'd be wild.
Sometimes I was doing a retreat instead of a back.
Okay, yeah, I
finally got that straightened out.
did that on the first one because I thought it was something other than it was. And then I remembered they're different words. So let's move on to the second kumitachi, right? So this one goes back. They're coming, but instead of cutting them, step off to the side, block, cut. They block. Well, they basically, they do the step back block that we've been doing. You go to the other side and cut again. And it's over. Still,
The last cut is a showman or a yokomen?
they're both yokomen.
They're both yokomen. Okay.
So they're coming in, off to the side, yokomen, off to the side, yokomen.
Okay.
And we'll start again when I put the program back on with the 1-2, right? So they come in 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Where you basically you prep and do what you're going to do. So they're coming in, you prep and move. You're ready. So it's kind of the prep and the cut. Then the prep and the cut. So it'll be very robotic to start.
Oops.
And then we'll try and break out of that in the same way. Like doing okay.
Yeah, it was the chains from the ceiling fan.
Okay.
Like a little ceramic pinata. That's not going to work for me. We'll see.
All right, so the words that you're going to get from it are ready, which is back, block, which is the move to the side and block, cut, which is the first yokomen, and cut, which is off to the side and the other yokomen. I didn't do a block cut.
Block in between. Okay,
I probably could. Do you guys want the block in between or no?
that's fine.
Okay, then we'll go with no. All right. And we're gonna, let's say a pattern time of 2. How does that sound? 2 seconds to do it. 1.5. Let's go faster. Everybody likes faster. So it'll be those settings. Oh, whoops. Actually, without the back selected. So those settings. Sorry, I used to add that stuff after, but since I'm now doing it all in one recording, it's all together. Guys ready?
Yep.
Bring it on, robot.
Ready. Back. Ready.
Huh,
Left. Back.
that's not quite right.
Ready.
Sneaky robot.
Ronin robot.
The robot might be messing with you.
Are we just skipping Saburi number 2? Or kumitachi number 2?
All right, let's try this again.
Okay.
Ready.
Good.
Block.
There we go.
Cut. Cut. Ready.
Remember, this one is the 1-2.
Cut. Cut. Ready. Block. Cut. Cut.
It should feel nice and mechanical.
Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Ready. Block. Cut. Cut.
And I'm going to call it at that one
Done.
because otherwise it's going to go for 5 minutes. So everybody good with that?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So now we have a little bit more fun with it.
Swimming and jumping?
Yep. So we're going to speed it up. We're still doing the pattern. We're going to try and make it smoother between them. And it's going to look kind of like this. Oop. Oop. All right. This time, try and get rid of
Ready.
the move,
Block.
like the
Cut.
steps
Cut.
between. So it's smooth.
Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. 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 Ready. Block. Cut. Cut.
You should be getting bored by now.
ready, block, cut, cut,
If it doesn't end in one more, I'm gonna stop it.
ready, block, cut, done,
There we go. So you're able to feel how, right, even the ready moves into the block, which moves into the cut, which moves into the cut. There's no stop. And it's not that it's necessarily one, it's that there are any number of places in it that everything changes. My problem with it being one is that theoretically then the whole thing has to happen. Ideally, we want it so that at any point during it, you change what you're going to do. And it's going to be the same with open hand technique, right? You're in the middle of doing something and everything changes, so you change. There's no concern about it. Went through some of it,
Pattern.
yeah, on Sunday, where it's just continually adapting. You start to throw somebody, they decide they want to come upwards, you let them come up as you take them further down. And you adapt to everything that's occurring. And this is the same kind of idea. Except we're using a sword because we don't have people right now, so we do what we can. So we're going to do another one that's going to be slower. So the pattern time is going to be longer. So you can really try and focus on not stopping during it. So, oops, I should.
ready,
That.
block,
That.
cut, cut,
So really try not to have any part stop. Kind of tai chi-ish.
ready, block, cut, cut, ready, block, cut, cut,
As I said at the beginning, not really all that concerned if the footwork is perfect or any of that. It can change a little during it.
ready, block, cut, cut,
What's important is that it doesn't stop
Doesn't stop.
and doesn't start in between everything, right?
ready, block, cut, done,
Caught me on the done.
Got thought through it.
So you're able to see how it can continue, right?
Yes.
But it also at any point in time you can change it if you have control over it. So we're ready. Boom. We're going block. Then at any point in time, I realize they're not the threat. There's somebody over there. I turn. Oh, there's somebody behind me. I might take care of that person in turn. And so on and so on and so on. But the idea is that there is no set pattern to it, even in the pattern you're doing. That's also why I'm not super concerned about you getting it exactly the same every time. I don't care if you're that far off one time, next time you're that far off. It changes. Everything always changes based on what's happening. So we'll do it again with a little bit of random. This time, if it says front, just do something different in front of you than you would have if it was in the kata, if it was in the set. And we'll stick with slow right now. So it will look like that. Boom. In there.
Ready. Block. Cut. Cut.
And then I screwed that one up.
Front. Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Back. Ready. Block. Back. Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Back. Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Cut.
So is going easy, is going slow easier to break the pattern or going fast?
Fast. I was having a hard time with it, so that slow.
Okay, what problem were you having with it?
That I feel like I wanted to keep moving, so I was almost over committed to that point, then it becomes difficult to turn. But that's my problem.
Timing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try it fast. See if that works for us. I mean, it's not going to be crazy fast, but faster. And we're going to run it for 2 minutes. All right.
Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Ready. Left. Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Ready. Left. Ready. Block. Cut. Front. Front. Ready. Left. Ready. Block. Cut. Back. Back. Ready. Front. ready, block, front, ready, block, cut, cut, ready, right, ready, block, back, right, back, ready, front, back, ready, block, front, right, ready, block, cut, cut, ready, block, cut, back,
Oh, you got me.
ready, block, cut, cut, ready, block, cut, cut, ready, done.
I like the ready done.
How'd that go for people?
That was nice.
Able to not stop, hopefully, at least a little.
My
Yeah.
brain still did its best to get in the way of things. Like there was a rando where we did back, and then it said right. I said, wait a minute, my right or the other right? Because I'm facing back, so now my right is left. Wait a minute. And by then it was on to the next cut. So I'll still find a way my brain wants to do some puzzles. It's not difficult enough.
Nice.
The only thing I did on back was a showman, and I didn't think fast enough to do something else.
Okay. Yeah, I found myself like screwing up a few times. But I think to the right, I always did the same thing. So I should fix that.
Yeah, I'd find my legs would be switched or something. I'd be in a weird, position that wasn't really realistic. Wasn't a good strike on some of the
Yeah,
back.
all the same as that, especially when you got upward body momentum taking you one way. And now my feet, and trying to get there as fast, my feet didn't catch up.
Yeah,
But I could feel this is awkward. This doesn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So maybe it'd be something to, noticing as one thing and then working on it.
Yeah, it's probably extending too far, right? When you cut. That's not so great for me to do something else in that. Because there I can easily move wherever I want.
that's what happened to me on the too slow. I would become extended. So I was
Overextended.
trying to keep the momentum going.
Because you're moving too fast.
Yeah, right.
Right? Instead of right, you should be able to go slow and still be able to stay within your range.
Yeah, I was rushing and then slowing it down right at the end. So I was changing my speeds, I think, on the slow one.
But even if you've done the cut too fast, right? And you now have 2 seconds, you can move in other ways to keep moving,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
You see how that changed, right?
Yeah, okay.
That's how it all adapts, right? And keeps adapting. Because yeah, maybe you've cut and you know somebody's coming, but you have time. But you don't want to just keep. Right?
Yeah,
So you wait, but you're still moving and ready when they're there.
yeah. Okay,
And the same with multiple, like rondori. Somebody comes in and you push or you take them down, but the other person's not there yet. What do you do? I don't just keep taking them down. I find a way to manage that situation until the other person's there. Or until I move them in front.
Mhm.
Just keep going.
Okay.
Open hand technique. Again, if uke moves slower than you, you need to
Ah.
find a way to take that person
Ah.
back into yourself
Right.
so they can catch up. Otherwise, you just end up yanking and then you end up off and they feel the additional
Okay.
force in there and they let go and then you fall.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So let's try it. We're going to do it 2 more times. Once really slow and once really fast. Let's do the slow one first.
Yes.
All right, that should be good. And that. So you're gonna have a lot of time to do this,
Right. Ready.
or maybe not.
Block. Cut. Cut.
Is that
Left.
good? Right.
Ready. Block. Cut. Cut.
And then a ridiculously long pause that I don't know what that's about. That's what happens when you write a program early in the morning before a seminar.
Ready. Block. Cut. Cut.
With this pause, we're only going to get to do like 4 of them.
Done.
You can pause for the done.
Hey, I was still moving.
All right, you get the prize, Michael.
Show off.
On the inside.
You're moving inside.
That was a really slow one. Now we get to do the really fast one.
Oh boy.
Okay, brain, kick in.
I'm gonna use my Tonto. I can move easier.
What? No. You have room. Use your bokken. Don't make it easier for yourself.
Shoto.
That Shoto is fine. Just ceilings and stuff. That's what I'm using.
Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Back. Ready. Back. Ready. Front. Ready. Block. Cut. Right. Ready. Block. Cut. Right. Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Right. Ready. Block. Left. Ready. Block. Back. Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Ready. Block. Cut. Cut. Ready. ready, block, cut, cut, ready, block, front, ready, block, right, ready, right, ready, block, back, back, ready, block, cut, cut, ready, block, cut, cut, ready, back, ready, block, cut, cut, done.
That made me choppy,
Made you what?
choppy. Because I was, just cut, instead of making it more smooth throughout, some parts ended up choppy.
Yep.
I couldn't hear when it said front. And I couldn't tell what it was saying.
Okay.
So that part was weird. So I was like, did it say lunge at one point? No. Okay. I was just having troubles with the front.
Unlike what TV shows tell you, programs only do what you tell them to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just an attempt to try and get more into our cuts and everything in all of our movement. So there is no end to what you're doing, right? It keeps moving no matter what, even with punches. Goes out, comes back, goes ready, but it's not that it goes out, comes back. And that's like the more, right? The kind of punch I don't do most of the time.
I like it. So there's never a point of no return.
Right.
We're over committing.
Yeah.
You never step into the same river of blood twice.